Express yourself tonight, yeah. Express yourself tonight. Express yourself tonight, yeah. Express yourself tonight. Open up and let light in, yeah. Open up, let love begin, yeah. Express yourself tonight, yeah. Express yourself tonight. Express yourself.
Hey y'all, hey.
Hey y'all, hey.
Welcome back to Beyond Xpressions, the podcast. I am Patrice Chanel.
And I'm Myron.
Absolutely, y'all. If you are new to our channel, welcome. Okay.
Welcome.
And if you are not new, welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome home.
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Kick up your feet.
Yeah.
Relax yourself.
Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. That's how I go.
I know, but y'all, these two don't exercise.
I didn't say the song. That one just come on.
You true.
Yeah.
He didn't sing the song.
Didn't sing the song. Too.
Okay. Anyway, before we go any further,
Yes, please make sure you click that notification bell and also like, share, and subscribe. But definitely click that notification bell so every time we drop new content, you will be the first one to know.
absolutely.
Yes.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, boo. We back.
We back for another episode on Blended Families. Yeah. So if you tuned in to the previous episode and you saw Pastor Derek Campbell as he talked to us and took us on a little
Journey.
yeah,
Little journey.
little journey of his blended family and becoming a blended family when he was grown. Okay, that was good. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. It's gonna be right here somewhere. Okay, just press it when you see it.
Just
Okay?
click the button. Press the screen when you see it, wherever it's at.
Absolutely. So tonight we are going to further our conversation. All right, we have two wonderful people with us. One of which is my namesake. Okay, Patrice Chanel.
Wait.
The other one. It's two of us. That's right. It's two of us, y'all.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Y'all thought
buddy.
one was enough. Y'all thought one was a lot?
God said not so.
We need two of them. Cause
Yeah. I think I'm louder than her. She's a little quieter than me. Sometimes. Okay. All right, y'all. Tonight we are gonna bring to the camera.
to the camera.
So yeah, I was gonna say the stage, the camera. Get right together.
Clamor.
Justin and Patrice Crews. Okay. Yay! Welcome, y'all. Welcome.
Thank you for having
you.
us. Y'all are hilarious.
Yes. It's two of us.
And yes, I thought one was really enough. And then she was like, there's another Patrice Chanel. It's like, oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord.
The world is blessed.
I don't know. I could go into a whole spiel about having two people with the same names, been in the same place. It's kind of like when you go into the multiverse, and then you have
doppelgangers.
No, not even double. Well, it's actually like when you go back into the past, and it's like, well, I can't go back in the past and see myself because it might be a butterfly effect. Oh, sorry, that's my nerd side coming out.
Well, hey, look, I know exactly what you're talking about too. So hey.
Good gracious. Patrice, is your how do you spell Chanel the same way?
Mm-hmm.
I thought so.
Well, what L?
What L?
Wow.
Yep.
Why did I not know that?
Chanel. The only way to spell it.
The only way.
Why did I not know that? So y'all, I'm just thinking y'all are like, oh, we Patrice.
No.
Chanel. What are the odds of that?
I was just saying the same thing to her. What are they all? Patrice Chanel. Yep.
Yep. Same spelling.
Same spelling.
Both names.
When I was
Both names.
in college, I met a Chanel Patrice, but I never met a Patrice Chanel, and not the same, and definitely not the same spelling.
Yeah, I'm just like.
He speaks us now.
Man,
And I love it that we're actually friends. Like we,
you know that is.
Yeah.
we get along. We get along well too. Like it's not like
That's a story within itself.
Yep.
Yeah.
It really is.
like via Facebook when you found my name or something, right?
Mhm.
I was strolling. I was like, I saw your name. I saw your name before your picture, and I was like, oh, that's my name. And I was thinking, a lot of scams going on.
She done got
So
hacked.
I'm like, wait a minute. And I was like, oh, we got the same name.
And she got the harvest.
We're in the church organization too. What?
That's really like some old Loki, the Marvel series Loki. I'm sorry, y'all, but it's
I like
yeah, like I did not know that y'all had the same first and middle name. That's bananas. Did I not know that?
I feel like you did
I don't think
in the very beginning, but we don't talk about it.
No, because
Automatically calls me Chanel, and I automatically call Patrice.
y'all can almost like go to school and like change your outfits.
now y'all twins. Yep.
Figure out we can play on that one day.
Oh, God. Anywho, hey y'all,
Hey.
welcome to the screen. This is Beyond Xpressions, okay? Real authentic conversations. We love it. We love it. So before we go any further, so for people who did not catch the radio shows at BTRB Media, just tell us a little bit about yourselves.
Okay.
Well, we are Justin and Patrice Crews. We've been married now, going on to be 15 years next year.
Ooh.
We live here been married 15, been together 16. We live here in the beautiful city of Mooresville, North Carolina, which is located about 20-30 minutes outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, and we love it here. And we are members of the Harvest City Church in Greensboro, North Carolina. Shout out to Harvest City, Pastor Bill, Pastor Darius, and Pastor Fran. We love y'all.
Absolutely. So what do you all do professionally?
So I am an electrical engineer with the local power company here called Energy United.
And I am a nail technician here in the town of Mooresville.
Yes, y'all. And she's dope.
Thank you.
She's really good.
I understand.
She does really pedicures too. Just so everyone know. What you
He
do?
just want me to do his feet.
Oh Lord.
Do you blame a brother for you know?
All right, so let's jump into this blended family thing. What made your family, what makes your family a blended family?
So we are a blended family because we have 2 biological kids. And then after having 2 biological kids, the Lord really laid it on our heart to foster. And through fostering, we've adopted 5 kids. We've had a total of 11 kids come through our home. And out of the 11, 5 were placed here permanently for us to love on and raise and just become our babies.
Yep.
I love it. So when did you become?
We became foster parents in 2016. It's when actually Janie was February of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't even finished the class, y'all. We was still taking the class to get certified for foster parents, and I think we was like in our third week.
Yeah, something like that.
Third week out of like a 8-week class. And and the Lord blessed us with beautiful Janie. Janie is one of 7 kids.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the trauma that she went through, they had to separate them all. I think out of the 7, only 2 siblings got to stay together.
Mm-hmm.
But they had to separate them. And she's now, Janie came to live with us, and we're still in contact with the rest of her siblings. So,
Yeah.
Oh man, I had a question, but then it left me. So I'm gonna ask you the other question. What made you want to go through the adoption process?
Well, I think it goes back to before we even had biological kids, because I recall a conversation that we had. It was while we was dating, and we were at Red Lobster. And we were sitting down and we were talking about how do we see our future together. You know, we still dating. We were just talking about, you know, if we was to move forward and things like that, what each other wanted, you know, out of a future together and out of marriage and everything. And so I originally wanted 10 kids.
No, 10.
I wanted 10 kids. And when I told her 10 kids, she was like, nope, absolutely not.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I give you 2. I said, okay, I'll take it. But I asked her, I said, what do you feel about adoption or fostering?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, yeah, we can do that. But
because adoption for me went back for 2 reasons. 1, because I was raised the only child, and then 2, watching my godmother pass away, leaving 2 of her youngest behind, and seeing them go into a group home when they had capable family members to take care of them, but because they had family members that didn't know how to deal with their grief, and pretty much, I guess, just mishandled them. It just pulled in my heart, and I, you know, at that time, you know, I'm fresh out of high school. I couldn't, you know, I didn't have a home to put them in. So it just tugged at me, and that, you know, just made me want to it just put that on me even more. Like I wanted to adopt even the more. And that was my reason for wanting to adopt those 2 occasions.
so fast forward, we're married now, and we're in the process of trying to have children. And it wasn't quite a year yet, but we were like, Lord, we've been trying and don't seem like anything happening, you know, so maybe let's look into this foster care. And literally we had set up the appointment, and the day before, or the week before we was actually supposed to go, surprise, we found out we was pregnant. So yeah.
That's amazing. I love that. That's awesome. So what are the age ranges of the children that you have?
My oldest just turned 13 yesterday. Aaliyah will be 11 in December. Janie is 10. Micah will be 10 in October. Carlson is 9. Joshua is 8, and Timothy is 7.
Okay. Listen,
I got this.
I'm not gonna challenge y'all to say the birthdays.
No. I have to go. Yeah, I have to pull out my little secret list over here.
Did you go through the adoption process in the county that you're in, or was this because you have to, right?
You don't have to. So at the time, after having our 2 biological, we revisit the idea after a couple from the church, Elder Sonia and Deacon Ted.
What's
Really
the question? Do
encourage
you
us.
have to go through it in the county that you're in?
Yes. Did you guys go through the adoption process in the county that you're in, or
What we in currently?
No, back home when we first started. So yes and no.
okay?
Yes and no. Because you can go through the county that you're in, but then also they have these
Third party
agency. Yeah. That.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And usually the third party agencies are ones who get the children that tend to have the children that have more difficulties in whether it's more intense behaviors or
Autism.
more intense medical diagnosis. They need a little bit more of a help. They need more help. So they need parents that have a little bit more training.
Right.
That makes sense.
So going into, leaving from fostering on into adoption, what were some of your, or what was one of your biggest, I guess, worries? Or like one of the biggest things that kind of, tugged at you for a while?
The biggest things that tugged at me was them growing up and, just, how the movies portray, kids growing up, find out they are adopted and they won't have anything to do, with the family that, took care of them, and they just throw them off to the side. I think that was like my biggest, fear.
Yeah.
That's been challenging for me, but I feel like that it's just the movies. I feel like no one in there, as they grow up, they're going to want to know their background. They're going to want to know where they come from, and staying in touch with, which we do, stay in touch with their biological families. So if those questions arise,
Some of them,
yeah. If they, those questions arise, then we have those contacts for them, and leaving that openness so they can come to us and talk to us, and then we can have that,
dialogue. Because right now we're the only parents they know, because they came into our home at a very young age, so they know us as mom and daddy. But I think my biggest fear would be for some of the biological family to find out our location and try to make contact, because three of them came out of, all of them came out of not so good backgrounds, but it's three of them in particular who cannot have any contact with their biological parents whatsoever. So I think that's my biggest fear, of them just showing up or finding out where we at.
Well, I thought they keep that information. I know they keep it a secret. So for you to say that's your fear, do you think
they do? It is a secret, but social media goes a long ways, and all it takes is a photo to run across, mutual friends or something, to find out, okay, they living in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Let's do some more digging and see if we can find that way, So
Really understand.
But we definitely understand.
yeah.
Definitely understand. What are you about to say?
Okay.
Once again, I had a good question. I guess for me, it was just the thought of the adoption process and going through. And I asked you about it being done in your area because I was just wondering, because I know you said y'all started in 2017, and I didn't know if it was just like if it was
A long time. Is that what you want to know?
yeah.
So like, how long process was it for you?
Oh, so that's different. That it varies.
Yes.
Janie was instantly. She just had to stay in our care for 6 months.
Yeah. So when you foster, it just depends on. The process can be as short as a year, and it can be as long as 4 years, 5 years. It just depends on the circumstance of the parents. They can appeal. If they appeal, that makes it longer. You have to wait for court dates if they're doing services or they're not. Prime example, with the last two that we adopted, their parents didn't do well. Their mother didn't do anything. They're always offered services, always, because they have to.
The parents.
They have to do services to be able to get their children back.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't do anything. So after attempts of not doing anything, DSS terminate rights.
Because the goal of social services when they come into care is to return the child either to their biological parents or relatives. Mm-hmm. That's the number one goal. And if they can't find a relative who can take them in, and the parents cannot get on their feet enough to take them in, then they are forced to terminate rights to place them up for adoption.
Yes. And that's when the process is more quick. So I want to say we were able to adopt them within a year's time.
Yeah, I think all of them was within a year's time. Yeah.
So how are they blending? I mean, versus when they
Lord, y'all ready?
Yes.
Okay. So how are they blending into the family now from when they first came in? So Janie, when she first came in, I remember the first time. So all 5 of them we had to potty train.
Okay.
Let's start there. That's all of them we had to potty train. Janie came to us at 2, and I remember the first time I went to go change her pamper, and she locked her legs so tight and screamed, just boohooing, crying, because a male was there ready to change her pamper. So I broke down and left the room, and Patrice went in and everything was fine. So for a while there, she had to get used to a male figure taking care of her because there was some trauma there that she related to men. So she has grown a lot. She's a daddy's girl. She loves her daddy now. So,
Leah, she didn't talk for 2 months.
2 months at all. No word.
Only way of communication with Leah was a
nod in her head. We didn't know the child could talk. We did. She came to us at 3, right?
Yes,
she was 3 years old, and Trey was
in diapers and a passy.
And Trey had just turned 1.
He just turned 1 and running.
Because they're siblings.
They're biological siblings.
And yeah, I remember the first night she stayed. She was upstairs and we was downstairs, and we were asleep, and she came out screaming.
Man.
Just screaming and crying, just hollering. So yeah.
You talking about somebody just like in a horror movie.
We didn't know what was going on.
It was like, what is that? But now, I mean, she's still quiet.
But she's very articulate.
Yeah.
She talks very well, very smart. Now Colson and Tim. So a lot of people don't know, but when they came to us, Colson was diagnosed nonverbal as well. Colson did not say a word. He just screamed and hollered. And we have the paperwork to prove he was diagnosed nonverbal and autistic with a
And Tim had a language delay.
and autistic.
Okay.
Both were we were told that if we adopted them, then we would be taking care of them the rest of their life, and that they would not be able to take care of themselves.
Well, Coulson
Coulson.
wouldn't be able to take care. He wouldn't be able to brush his teeth. He wouldn't be able to put his clothes on. He wouldn't be able to tie his shoes. He wouldn't be able to. He just wouldn't be able to do all that. He'll be on, Social Security, and he would have to, so he would have to have a caregiver for the rest of his life.
Wow.
So it's crazy how they count these kids before they even have a chance.
But they didn't know the God that we serve. I'm sorry, y'all, but I get emotional and I get filled up because Coulson has now tested out of special ed. He is in a regular classroom. He is reading. He is in what grade? The second grade, third grade? Third grade, but he's reading on the 4th and 5th grade level and speaks better than I do. I mean, we don't. He gets up. He
puts his own clothes on.
He picks them out. He puts them on.
He puts his shoes on the right foot
and ties them.
and ties them
and brushes teeth. We don't have to do anything for him. I mean, so and Tim as well. I mean, Tim has never had to go into a special ed class, special education class. He went straight into a regular classroom, and they are doing very well. They're excelling.
Just a little TLC and care is all it takes.
And pray.
Love, consistency, routine. People think we crazy for putting them in bed at 6:30. I'm like,
look at his mouth. They do. They think we're. But we did studies when we first found out that we were expecting, and it turns out the kids develop more when they're asleep. And it's a recommendation that they get anywhere between 10 to 12 hours of sleep. And so people ask us why Jewel is so tall, how our kids are developing so well and everything. It's because they rest. They rest. Rest does a lot. If they rest and eat good, I'm telling you.
Right there, sir, this needs to be that sounds like a case study that needs to be done.
But hey, we've lived it. So we're living it
or something.
Yes, sir.
I love it. I'm encouraged.
Yes.
Just hearing that. So I'm just hoping that, whoever sees this, whoever's watching, will also be encouraged. So just everything that was spoken, against them, I mean, it's proven to be wrong. It has proven to be wrong.
But one thing.
I thank the God, like you said, I thank the God that we serve, because that's who did it for, we know who did it.
That's who did it, because we weren't going to accept that. And we took them young men to the altar and we dedicated them back to God.
So once again, just being able to hear, I mean, those are testimonies in themselves, like testimonies they'll be able to, share at a young age. I mean, we already heard that they're gonna be in the schools,
laying hands.
Right.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So I'm excited to just see them continue to flourish. I know y'all are.
Yes.
They're still young.
Yes.
They're young.
Definitely.
And for them to have overcome so much already.
Already.
So that's just an indication. My God.
Yes.
When
we reflect from the day they came into care to our home to now, it's nothing. It's nothing but God. It's truly nothing but God. Them two young men were high off of meth when we picked them up. They were stoned. I mean, they were just staring into space like stone. And we actually had to watch them go through detox.
My God.
And to see from that day to now, what a mighty God we serve.
Ooh.
What a mighty God we serve.
My goodness. Ooh. Listen, y'all already know where we'll go.
Powerful testimony.
It's amazing. Okay, so before we wrap up, give us dig deep and give us a funny. Give us a funny.
Oh, funny.
Give us a little funny.
Let's see.
Wait. Can I ask one more question? So before you give us the funny, I'll give y'all some time to think about it. How do I phrase it? How has all the children blended together? Since they all come from different backgrounds, different walks of life. Because just with the thought of having kids with multiple kids, that's multiple different personalities.
Mm-hmm.
Even the siblings, they still have their own personality. So how have they meshed well with not only the other adopted kids, but also even with your biological kids?
I say we've been blessed.
We've been extremely blessed. They're just like they're just like brothers and sisters, I think the only one who took it really, who had a rough transition was Jewel, because she was older.
I can see
that.
And she was spoiled right.
Yeah.
She was the first grandchild on both sides, and for almost 3 years she was the only grandchild and child. So she was spoiled rotten. So when Micah came along, it was like, okay. But then we started bringing in other kids. She was like, all right now.
All right, y'all.
All right.
What's
They get
up?
a little bit too much of my attention because, the other kids, they required a little bit more of our attention for the services and needs that they had. But now she's more like she's a big sister, She takes care of them. She makes sure that they have what they need. Yeah.
She looked just like her mother.
Yeah. She thinks she's their mother.
I bet.
She really does. But
but that sounds just like a big sister.
Yeah,
like
just like a big sister. Yep.
She's doing her role. She's playing well.
So we're blessed. They argue just like siblings. They play just like siblings. They get along really good.
And there hasn't been any like roughness or, it hasn't been any trouble where they just absolutely cannot be together or we have to keep our eye on them. No.
I love it.
So the young lady we had, we interviewed, Nicole. She said her kids, they're older. Blended, because they got into the point where now they just go out and just hang out and don't even involve her or her husband, because they have meshed so well together. It's just we out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that'll be Tim and Trey.
That's Tim and Trey. Yeah, they're like the closest I would. They're all close, but they're gonna be they're gonna be thick as thieves. Yeah. Them two.
I wouldn't be surprised if they grow up and they
move in together.
Yeah, they'll just move in together. Hey, bro, let's go get this apartment down here and just.
That's good. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I love it.
I love that. I love that they all have 6 brothers and sisters that they can depend on.
Yeah.
For the rest of their life.
For the rest of their
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. All right, so is that funny?
The first thing that popped to my mind when you said funny concerning the kids was Trey. When he first came, how big his head was. Trey, he's the cutest boy. He has such a big head. His head was so big when he take off running, he would go one way, his head would go the other. Literally, I have videos to prove it. And he was constantly falling.
I'm looking to see if I had a picture.
Yeah, it's right there. See with the hat? It's right there. But
Lord.
he would start running one way and his head would take him the other, and he'll end up falling. But he has grown into his head.
Grown into his head.
He had
He
that,
was the
Tyler,
first-
that true Tyler body.
Yeah.
He was the first like baby I've seen. Like, I mean, it wasn't a shock that he was 13 months and walking, but he was 13 months and running.
He was
I was
running.
like, where he going?
Wow.
Like, what? I'm
The
like,
little
what
feet
he
get to
doing?
moving, his head go one way, his
I
body.
was like, he advanced.
Listen, he
Oh,
had a
my
feeling that he was about to have some more brothers and sisters.
Yeah, I
So he
guess
said,
that's
Let
what
me
it
get out
was.
the way.
He said, "Oh, I gotta catch
He
up."
got a
I love it. Listen, guys, thank you
Yes.
so much for
Thank
sitting
you.
and talking with us.
Thank you for having
Thank
us.
you.
Yes.
Thank you.
I love y'all's story. I
Yes.
love to see y'all as parents.
Definitely love to see y'all as parents,
Yeah.
as a family.
Yes.
It really blesses me to see y'all come filing in into church.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful, y'all.
Pray for us.
Yes.
And
Pray
there's so
for
much
us.
order, y'all. Like and I'm speaking to the world, and there's so much order there, y'all. It's beautiful. It's encouraging.
Thank you.
Keep us in your prayer.
Yeah.
It's
Always.
a lot of patience and a lot of hard work,
Yes.
but it's worth it. It's worth
Yeah.
it.
And they gotta
Well,
I know.
there's evidence.
Look, these teenage years are coming up. Yo,
Ooh.
Oh, don't we know it?
That's
Now,
it, y'all
you
know
have
that.
a teenage
Yeah.
girl.
we're gonna be reaching out for y'all for advice on that because y'all have to do these
Well, we
boys.
got one. So
You got one.
It's a little
It's a
different.
little
A little
different.
different. Okay.
It's a little different.
Just go ahead and make sure you got what you got you a little something little hot and ready is what I like to call it.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
That don't definitely stay locked and loaded because
If she going somewhere, I'm right behind y'all.
Yeah.
Where we
You
go?
right.
We going where?
where we go?
Where we going? To the
Where we
movie?
go?
I
That's
didn't
right.
want to go see that. You're right. Let's go.
Look, he on one side, she on the other. I'm sitting right in the middle.
Yup. Right, and I'm right in the middle.
Lord, poor Jewel. My goodness.
He be like, y'all, you want some popcorn?
You want some popcorn?
Okay.
Oh my goodness.
I
Oh.
can't. Woo. Again, y'all,
Yeah.
thank y'all once again for joining us.
Yes.
Y'all,
Thank you.
give it up one more time for the cruises. All right, y'all have a good night, okay?
Good night.
You too. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good night.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. So once again, there is another completed conversation on blended families, y'all. Wasn't it good? Wasn't it so
That was
good?
good.
Yes. So yeah, make sure that y'all stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Keep those notification bells on so that you can be notified when we are back on with our next
Yeah. Yes.
interview. I think we have about 2 more.
Do we?
I think it's about 2 more. It's either 1 or 2 more.
1 or 2 more.
that are coming after this. But yeah, so all right, y'all. It's been another episode of Beyond Expressions. Once again, y'all, I am Patrice now.
I'm Myron.
Y'all, and
We are the hair sisters.
we are. We love y'all. Thank y'all for coming out and spending just a little bit of time with us. And we'll see y'all later. All right. Peace.
Peace.
Express yourself.
Expressions LLC is brought to you by Inbtwn Boutique for all your fashion needs for you, me, and everybody in between. Located at 414 East Market Street, Greensboro, North Carolina. And also Jscott Hair Co. for all those hair care needs. Located at 7 Dundas Circle, Unit C in Greensboro, North Carolina. Check them out on Facebook and on Instagram. And remember to express yourself.